If true, this changes everything for the New York Yankees, as we just received a major offseason development regarding a two-time World Series MVP who is poised to be dealt this offseason. Is this something the Yankees should go for? Well, I'll break it down for you here on another edition of Yankees Digest. What's going on, guys? Alex Brooks back here on Yankees Digest to give you guys a daily dose of Yankees content throughout this offseason. And before we get into this great video about this prime target for the New York Yankees, we are currently at 9,826 subscribers, and we're only 174 subscribers away from 10,000 on the channel. And we see that Jays Digest is at over 21,000 subscribers. And I don't know about you. I think the New York Yankees are way better than the Toronto Blue Jays, and I feel like our fans are way more passionate than the Toronto Blue Jays. So if you don't like the Toronto Blue Jays and you're a big Yankees fan, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know what you're thinking regarding the New York Yankees and maybe how much you don't like the Toronto Blue Jays as they knocked us out in the playoffs last year. But getting right into this video, as we talk about this big offseason for the New York Yankees, there is a lot of different things that are coming out right now regarding some trade rumors, but I think this one interesting target is very realistic for the New York Yankees to get and try to really put some protection behind Aaron Judge. And it is none other than Corey Seager. Toby Shulman at Sports Illustrated talking about reports have come out that the Texas Rangers are looking to shed some payroll. A big part of their payroll comes from the remainder of Corey Seager's contract. Seager is owed nearly $190 million over the next 6 years, and moving him may make the most sense for the Rangers' future. Seager does not have a list of teams that he could veto a trade to, but the New York Yankees are not among the teams listed, according to Evan Grant of DallasNews.com. After a lackluster season from Anthony Volpe, the Yankees could value making a move for the superstar shortstop. And this would be something that is very, very a big move by Brian Cashman if he's able to get Corey Seager in the Bronx. Because looking at what Corey Seager's resume is going into his age 32 season, it is very, very good. He's a two-time World Series MVP with both the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Texas Rangers. So when you're looking at the postseason success, I think that's what the Yankees are looking for in their future playmakers. You obviously know that Aaron Judge had some postseason success. He's been to the World Series, but he needs more help around him. We saw that in the postseason in 2025. So getting a guy who's already won the World Series with two separate teams, knowing that it wasn't a fluke the first time, and he's able to go in big markets like Los Angeles and Texas. That is something that is equaling success to go into the Bronx. He's a 2016 Rookie of the Year. He's a 5-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger. And this kind of reminds me of Cody Bellinger, but way more consistent with the bat. I think he can provide so much to this Yankees lineup, and I'll give you some reasons why. Looking at his 2025 season, 271 batting average, 21 home runs, and 50 RBIs with an 860 OPS. You may look at that being 21 home runs and only 50 RBIs and saying, why doesn't he have a little bit more RBIs? Well, he had 103 hits on the season, and he definitely had a little bit of a down year compared to his standards. And I think that's something with, Texas this year. They didn't have the best team around them. They're a couple years removed from their World Series team in 2023, so it seemed like they all clicked in 2023, and then past that, they haven't been able to replicate that success that they had on that World Series team. But looking at just what he's been able to do over his career, he's a high 200s to 300 hitter when you're talking about Corey Seager. 271 batting average this year in only 102 games, 278 batting average, then 327, 245, 306 in that 327 year. That was when the Texas Rangers won the World Series. And the thing that you got to look at for Corey Seager right now when he's looking at that contract, you obviously see that he hasn't played a big full season until 2022. with the Texas Rangers. 151 games was most of the season for Corey Seager. So the thing is about him, he has a little bit of a lingering injuries, but I definitely think that he could be someone who can go in this Yankees lineup, really produce when it matters most. And I really think that there's a lot of things that Brian Cashman is going to look at this offseason. We're talking about Cody Bellinger, bringing him back, Kyle Tucker being a good option to bring in the Bronx. But Corey Seager, he's a left-handed hitter. He has the short porch. He will play in Yankee Stadium, and he doesn't have a problem playing in the big lights. He doesn't shy away from the big moment. Playing with Aaron Judge, there's going to be a lot of expectations on Corey Seager to really help this team propel into a championship run in 2026. And I really want to show this to you guys regarding Brian Cashman and what the Yankees would have to do to get a guy like Corey Seager. This is also from Toby Shulman at Sports Illustrated, saying, first thing to remember is that if the Yankees are taking on a bulk of the remainder of Seager's contract, the return package will be significantly less than if the money wasn't a factor. The first name Texas might want in return is a current member of the New York Yankees major league roster. Moved at the past trade deadline, Ryan McMahon could be an easy throw-in for the Yankees. This frees up a third base spot for Anthony Volpe and Jose Caballero. And this is something that I really want to show with you guys regarding a mock trade. If you guys know, on Yankees Digest, I love to throw in mock trades. I think it's just a really good thing to show what this could be for getting Corey Seager and who you could get when you're trading and what Brian Cashman may be thinking at in free agency. Looking at the mock trade, Corey Seager going to the New York Yankees, and the Rangers would receive a little bit of a haul. The Yankees are going to take on a lot of that contract, but it's going to come at a price. Guy who's a World Series MVP with the Rangers, 5-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger. I know he's in his age 32 season, but he definitely is really doing really good right now. He's still in his prime. He's still a really good hitter. So I think it would take a lot to get Corey Seager in the Bronx. I think the Yankees have the prospects to do it. When you're looking at what the Rangers would receive in this trade, it'd be the right-handed pitcher Ben Hess, the first-round pick from 2024. I think that he would be a good throw-in for the Texas Rangers, trying to get pitching, trying to get their rotation really set up because they don't have a lot of guys in their rotation, and they're mainly on the older side with Jacob deGrom and Nathan Eovaldi. So Ben Hess being in there, he's on the younger side, but he has been able to make strides in the minor leagues. You got the left-hander Brock Selvage, the Yankees' number 10 prospect. He is in Double-A right now, so I'm expecting him to make a jump to Triple-A, and he could have some spot starts with the Texas Rangers by the middle to the end of the season. And then what we were seeing from Toby Shulman at Sports Illustrated, Ryan McMahon would be thrown in that trade as well. So you're giving up two top prospects and Ryan McMahon to the Texas Rangers. You may think that's a lot. You may think that is a steep price for a guy who is owed a lot of money for what he has been able to contribute in his career. But I definitely think that this is worth it because you're getting a guy who is a power bat and someone who the Yankees, a lot of teams are thinking the Yankees need a power bat behind Aaron Judge. So it's going to take a little bit more to get it just because he would be going to a team like the New York Yankees. And when you're looking at what the Yankees would receive as well, I think they could get right-handed pitcher Kumar Rocker. And he hasn't been the best since coming up from the minor leagues. He pitched to a 5.41 ERA last year in 2025, and he was more doing, starting for the Texas Rangers as they have rotation problems. But I definitely think if you get a guy like Kumar Rocker, if you either put him in AAA or you just put him in the bullpen, I think that's the best spot for him going to the New York Yankees. And, he's a former Tri-City Valley Cat. So shout out to anybody who knows the Tri-City Valley Cats or from the 518. Kumar Rocker, he definitely is a representative of the Tri-City Valley Cats there. But anyway, I definitely think that the Yankees would want to get someone in return. And Kumar Rocker is a name that the Yankees would definitely be interested in. And then, looking at the projected 2026 lineup with the Corey Seager trade, Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, Corey Seager, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm, Oswaldo Cabrera, Ben Rice, Spencer Jones / Jason Dominguez, and Austin Wells. I think Corey Seager is definitely someone who, in that lineup for the New York Yankees, he just provides that protection for Aaron Judge. And he's also a left-handed batter. So when you have Trent Grisham, he just signed a qualifying offer. They're trying to get Bellinger back. They're talking to Kyle Tucker, and I'll do another video on who the Yankees are really looking at, who the Yankees have talked to so far. But I definitely think that Corey Seager being in the Bronx in 2026 would be a recipe for success for a championship. And I think when you're looking at what he would be able to provide behind Aaron Judge, I mean, definitely when you're looking at it, Trent Grisham getting on base, Aaron Judge being able to get on base. But if the if the pitchers think that they want to walk him, well, good luck, because you have Corey Seager, Giancarlo Stanton, and Jazz Chisholm behind you, and that's not a good recipe for success for the other teams who are facing in the Bronx. But that's going to do it for another edition of Yankees Digest. Appreciate all the support you guys are giving us on this channel. Wanted to ask you this question regarding Corey Seager. Would you welcome a Corey Seager trade to the Bronx? Comment your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think regarding the shortstop from the Texas Rangers. He has postseason success, and he is able to not let the moment become too big for him. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We're going to have so much content for you regarding this Yankees offseason as we get at the end of November into the prime month of the offseason in December. So I hope you guys have a great day. Let's go Yankees, and let's get Corey Seager in the Bronx.